All right, I'm Wesley Combs. Thanks for clicking the link to watch this video. This is the answer to question number 3 for the chamber. And it is, what is your vision for Kingsport in the coming year and 5 years down the road? And how do you see us getting there? Do you have a particular issue you would like to address, problem, or would you like to, or a problem you would like to solve, or a project you would like to implement? If so, describe. So my vision for Kingsport, and I'm thinking about, okay, this is coming year and 5 years. I'd love to see, as we exit the pandemic, I'd love to see downtown start to thrive. And I think the downtown is the heart of a city. I think the people are the heart, really the motivation behind the city. But downtown helps, or is very important to that. I'd love to see downtown thriving with restaurants, bars, pubs, social scene, nightlife, all that stuff that you really kind of see that gets people out and gets people spending money in the economy and enjoying life and laughing and having fun. The past year, people have not done that. So I think right now people are dying to get out and start doing that. And I think that we have this real opportunity to see that really grow. And I think the businesses that have survived and weathered the pandemic, thank goodness we had Regions Ahead and people throwing money at that. I thank them truly for that, to keep these businesses open. And I'm hoping if you close the doors, you're ready to open back up, because I'm getting out there trying to make sure that these businesses get money. Because one, I really enjoy that going downtown, that vibe, and I visited a few already. So I'd love to see that occur and that really grow. That's what I'd love to see downtown. And then in really 5 years, I think it'd be nice to kind of have a plan in place around how we're going to deal with the infrastructure and upgrading that. I know we're doing a lot of stuff now. I mean, we've got to redo pipes and all this 100-year-old stuff is tough, and doing it piecemeal, one by wheel, trying to manage the debt, I think is okay. But debt's getting really cheap right now. So when debt's cheap and interest is cheap, that's when you borrow and go fix a lot of problems at once. And with all this new stuff with the spending that I've discussed in some of the other videos that the administration is going to do out of DC, have a list of projects and go after it, and let's just get it all done now. And I say get it all done now, that's a lot easier said than done. I recognize that. Hiring people and all these contractors being ready to bid the projects and actually do the work and have the staff is really tough. I will say that the building construction technology stuff that we're doing downtown and our vocational programs, this is the chance. I mean, I don't know if we can accelerate them, kick them into high gear. I mean, while these people are literally learning, they're out on the job learning and building as well, and getting paid. That would be, I don't know, maybe that would work. But I'd love to see us really kind of having a 20-30 year plan in place about how we're going to go forward and spending some money towards that. And then, and if we're going to have to fund it and do the debt ourselves, I'll say that that needs to be really tied to a good business plan that will hope. Our goal would not be to, like, if we're going to borrow the money, we don't want to turn back around and raise taxes to fund that. We want to fund that with the growth that the actual investment is making, rather than raising taxes. I'm not a big fan of raising taxes. I will say Kingsport has a lower tax rate than Hawkins County and at least the Sullivan County side does. But we don't, that's not ever the goal, is to raise taxes. I mean, the city should basically have enough money to pay for its stuff and make sure everything's taken care of. But sometimes you do have to make those investments. But I think they have to be ran very conscious of what the investment's doing. Is it lasting or not? On a particular issue, the second part of the question is, do you have a particular issue you would like to address or a problem you would like to solve? I'll say that I'm a big mountain biker, so I mean this is just a personal thing that I think would be neat for downtown, that could bring some stuff in. Cement Hill has been turned over, as part of the city now, and we can build something there. I really think that I'd love to see a really cool mountain bike park, and then walking trails and stuff too, but really something that's kind of aggressive. I say aggressive, it's a good mountain bike park that will draw people to downtown to do that activity. I've seen that in Knoxville. I mean, we see it some in Johnson City, but Knoxville has it. A lot of these big cities, Bentonville, Arkansas has it. And people that do that hobby will travel quite a bit to do it. And that hill does not have much use, is what's been identified. You can't really build much on it. So it's got to be trails and stuff. So I think a good investment to do that that would, you know, and I don't think we can charge a fee for it. Maybe it has to be a fee and it has to run through an enterprise fund like the Aquatic Center or something. Even if it had to do that, it'd still get plenty of activity if it was built right, because then it's going to have a better budget to build it. But if it doesn't, and it's more of a city investment over time, that's okay. But I'd love to see something like that there, because those people are going to come in, they're going to ride, they're going to have their fun. And then where it's so close to downtown, I would see them riding their bikes right across the railroad tracks and going and having dinner at our local restaurants and really being patrons of that. And bringing that to the economy, and I've seen, I mean, that stuff grows. I mean, look at the Creeper Trail in Damascus. People go ride that thing, and then they go down into downtown Damascus. You're going to get some of those, not the exact same, it's not the same ride, but you're going to get people using it for that. And if you do the flow trails right and do some jumps and all that stuff and get to where these people are seeking it out, they'll come and they'll use it. I've seen people move cities for mountain bike trails. So that's just something I think that would be neat downtown, and a personal project I would like to actually see done. Again, I'm Wes Combs. This is my response to question number 3 for the chamber, and you know, I am more of the candidate for the future, and I think you got 3 votes. Just try to make sure one of your votes is for the future, and so vote for Combs.